everyone, Vincenzo here with a new ukulele tutorial. This week, let's learn how to play a pop-punk classic, What's My Age Again by Blink-182. This is really a cool and fun song to learn, and you only need 4 chords to play it. They are C, G, E minor and D. As always, let me show you the chord shapes, and of course, if you already know them, simply skip this part. So you have C, G, E minor and D. However, I'm gonna be playing D using this shape instead. So I'm doing a bar with my index on the top 3 strings on fret number 2. And the first string is muted, you see? I believe this is a better shape to use for this song because you have a lot of fast changes, but of course it's up to you to decide which shape you want to use. Having said that, let's start working on the intro now. The riff that you have in the intro is a very important part of the song. I arranged it for a high G ukulele, but if you want it to sound closer to the original one, a low G would help. Anyway, the riff in the introduction goes like this: 3, 4. Let me play it a little bit slower now. Again, 3, 4. The challenge here will be to play it at the tempo of the song, which is quite fast, but I'm sure you'll get there. Anyway, let's play this riff down. So start putting the middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string and the ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, like a G major but without the index. So the first note is open C string, then 3, 2, 3, again 3, 4. Basically the riff goes always like this, but you have to change the first note. So now instead of the open C string, you have the open G string. And so it is open 3, 2, 3. Again 3, 4. Here a low G would have been helpful. By the way, for the right hand, I'm using the thumb for the 4th and the 3rd string, the index for the 2nd one, and the middle finger for the 1st one. Having said that, let's play the entire first measure. 3, 4. Again, 3, 4. Notice I use my index to stop the C string before playing the open G, you see? This is the movement I'm doing. Now for the next measure you play fret number 2 on the 3rd string, then 3, 2, 3. This is basically the shape of a G. One more time, 3, 4. Then you have fret number 4 on the 3rd string, then 3, 2, 3. This is the shape of an E minor, as you can see. One more time, 3, 4. Now let's put this measure together. 3, 4. One more time, 3, 4. Cool. Now let's play the entire riff 4 times. 3, 4. Second time. 3rd time. 4th time. One more time, a little bit slower. 3, 4. Once you can play this riff properly, practice it with the metronome or with the backing track and work slowly towards the tempo of the song. Now let's start working on the verse. So the strumming pattern for the verse goes like this. 3, 4, down, 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 down. Let's do it again. 3, 4, down, 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 down. Let's do it one more time, but this time slower. 3, 4, down, 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 down. So you're strumming 8 notes, everything down, very typical of punk. And by the way, I added palm muting. To add palm muting, I'm simply resting this part of my right hand just above the bridge. By the way, if you want to know more about palm muting and other ways to make your strumming patterns sound more interesting, check out this video. Going back to this, here is the chord progression for the verse. Most of the time you have 2 chords within one measure, and that means you have to play 2 chords within one strumming pattern. And so it goes like this. C, G, D, E minor. For the last 2 chords, the one in blue, simply strum down once, like this. D, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. Now, before I play the entire verse for you, let me tell you one more thing. So, if you're just singing by yourself and you're not playing the intro, you might want to skip the first C and go, I took her out, and start from the G. But otherwise, it goes 3, 4, C, I took her out, and so on and so on. Having said that, let me play the entire verse for you. 3, 4, C, G, D, E minor, C, G, D, E minor, C, G, D, E minor, C, G, D, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. Now let's work on the chorus. Here, let's try to follow what they're playing. This might be more challenging, but as I always say, this is the exact type of work you should do if you want to take your playing to the next level. However, in the case you've just started playing, I will also show you a simpler way of playing it. Anyway, the main strumming pattern for this goes across 2 measures, and it's this. 3, 4, down, chuck, up, down, chuck, up, down, chuck, up, down, up, down, up. Again, 3, 4, down, chuck, up, down, chuck, up, down, chuck, up, down, up, down, up. Let's do it one more time, a little bit slower. 3, 4, down, chuck, up, down, chuck, up, down, chuck, up, down, up, down, up. This is not a very easy strumming pattern, but it works very well. So this is the chord progression, and you use the strumming pattern you've just learned for the chords in black. Let me play it for you. 3, 4, G, D, E minor, and C. G, D, E minor, and C. G, D, E minor, and C. Last time, G and D, and let's stop here for now. You might have noticed that the chords are a little bit anticipated. So for example, the D doesn't come on beat 3 but on the end of beat 2. That's because they decided to push the chords, which is something that you can find in a lot of punk songs. Now, for the last E minor and D, the chords in blue, you have this strumming pattern. 3, 4, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Let's do it again a little bit slower. 3, 4, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Now let's play the entire chorus. 3, 4, G, D, E minor, and C. G, D, E minor, and C. G, D, E minor, and C. G, D, E minor, D. By the way, way, at the end of the first chorus, you have an extra C major that lasts for 8 beats. Just strum down once and wait for 8 beats, like this. 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you start with the second verse. If you want an easier strumming pattern for the chorus, use this. 3, 4, down, up, down, down, up, down. Again, 3, 4, down, up, down, down, up, down. You can use this for all the chords. In fact, let me play the chorus using this simple strumming pattern. 3, 4, G, D, E minor, and C. G, D, E minor, and C. G, D, E minor, and C. G, D, E minor again, D, D again, and that's it. So, once you know the intro, the verse, and the chorus, you pretty much know the entire song. But if you want to play it all, you're missing the bridge where the guitar plays a solo. This is the chord progression, and you can just strum each chord once, like this. 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so on. Now you know the entire song, and this is the structure. By the way, the guitar solo is quite easy, so if you would like to learn it on the ukulele, let me know in the comments, and if there is enough interest, I'll do a tutorial on it. Now let's have a play along. I'm gonna be playing the riff from the intro 4 times, the verse and the chorus, and then you can decide how to arrange your own cover of What's My Age Again. The tempo will be 157 BPM, which is the tempo of the song in the original recording. Having said that, get ready, you're about to start playing. The aim of this tutorial was to give you an overview of What's My Age Again by Blink-182, so that you can put together your own cover of it. By the way, the original recording is a half step down, so in case you want to play with the original track, you can tune your ukulele to F sharp, B, D sharp, and G sharp. On my Patreon page, you can find the chord chart, including the tabs for the riff and the backing tracks that you need for practicing this. You have 3 backing tracks, one at the original tempo, one slower, and another one even slower. By the way, don't forget that if you learned something from this video and you would like to say thank you, you can buy me a coffee, link in the description. That's all for now. Let me know in the comments if you managed to learn this song. By the way, if you want to take your playing to the next level, have a look at my free course here on YouTube and download my free 8-step roadmap, link in the description, that will tell you the exact process I follow to learn the ukulele. Moreover, check out the other links in the description to learn more about the types of classes that I've got available at the moment. And of course, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of my new tutorials. Having said that, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next week. Ciao!